blueprint to your theory. I get it. You need to sound like them so you can feel that you fit in. Lately we been tripping. Posted on the lookout for any trouble. Same shift over time and a few doubles. Too much to gamble on my frame for some things I used to be on. Let it bleed on. It was stuck in my head, but it was dead wrong. But the plague is wrong. It was written in sandstone. Kids found it and ran home. You know we had strongness. No landing zone. In order to live it up, you would have to give it up. Double back and bend it up. Double wrap and seal it up. Stack it up to build it up. Nothing's free, build 'em up. Let the pain in, let the pain go. Paint a perfect picture, let the art show. It's not carbo mode.
Hey, what's up? I finally caught I finally got a person watching me. Can you hear me okay? All right, sweet. Turn this music down a little bit. All right, let's scribble. I think tonight, instead of doing like, actually, I'm going to do some warm up scribbling, but I think tonight I'm going to play with the lasso fill tool. But just to get loose, I'm going to start drawing some heads. I've been drawing on my cell phone so much that I'm drawing on my Cintiq tonight, and I have to admit it feels foreign to me. I'm so used to drawing on such a small screen. I don't know what to do with all this space. Drawing brother here with the high top fade. Let's give him a little turtleneck. Oh, good. I'm glad that this helps. Like, you know what I find, like, the real trick to, like, working on drawing skills is definitely, you know, following tutorials and, you know, putting in the work. It's really just, like, trial and error, a lot of error, but, like, just trying, like, over and over again. You know, I still try, like, every day. Like, that's what I do, is I'm just trying again to be. My dad had a saying, and I think it was my grandfather's saying, and I know a lot of people I've heard this saying before. It goes, do better than you did yesterday and never compete with anyone except yourself. So, and that's how I know I'm on the right track. If I compare myself to like anybody else, I'm like, that's too dangerous for me. I would quit. But when I compare myself to the version of myself 5 years ago or 10 years ago, and I'm better than that version of myself, then I know I've been headed in the right direction. It's like some crazy haired nosy neighbor. I have a lot of those. So the 7 Ford, if you're still there, what do you like to draw? What's your favorite thing to draw? For me, it's heads. Like, I love trying to get like expression on faces. The only part that doesn't feel like work when I'm drawing. So, Neo expression. That's cool. Yeah, I feel that. That's really cool. I do a little bit of that as well. Like, my main job is in animation. Like, I worked on some feature films and some video game stuff, but also I'm a very very passionate about fine art and doing things like painting, somewhat in a neo-expressionist style. I do a big fan of Basquiat, like so many of us out there are. So I definitely I feel that's cool. Yeah, I did a book not too long ago called Pain and Process. I did it in 2020, and it was right after the whole world saw what happened to George Floyd, and I made this book because I needed to process what I was seeing. So I made this book called Pain and Process, and it gave me like a window. It gave me an outlet to deal with like what I was feeling, all the anger, all the stress, all the pain. I just was able to kind of channel it through my artwork. Yeah, yeah, my coffee drawings too. Okay, so you know what's up. But yeah, I think that that's one of the coolest things about art. Like, um, everybody's going nuts over AI. Myself included. I think it's actually pretty cool. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but I do think it's really cool. But um, I also feel like nothing compares to, uh, just getting a drawing tool and making markings as if you're a caveman and just, letting stuff come out. Like nothing beats that. Um, so I think eventually there'll be a good balance. You know, right on. Try for a kind of a cocky looking guy here. He's all chin. Those half lids. So he's either sleepy or sneaky, but I think this guy looks sneaky. Yeah, I think we're in agreement on that. I think that I think that art can be, as you wrote, therapeutic and have the ability to connect with people. Uh, and I used to think it could change the world. I still do. Like, I've lost a bit of that optimism over time. But I think it's slowly coming back to me. Like, I'm gonna use this lasso fill tool. Move this guy over. Let's try for like a Holly Berry cutesy look. Oh, that's cool. So that's a big jump to go from a law school track and then jumping into the world of art. That's wild. I understand. School is expensive, so I understand that. I'll tell you one thing, like you can go to school, you can go to art school, which is great, and you're going to learn a lot, and you're going to have access to a lot of cool facilities and tools, and just it's. I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed art school very much, but I didn't stop learning after art school. Like I had, in fact, I would dare say more learning happened after I was out of school. Some people, when I'm talking about myself, go to college and you're learning a lot, but sometimes you're not. Sometimes it takes me multiple attempts to learn something, or sometimes my brain just wasn't ready for it yet. So a lot of lessons I got through art happened after I was like actually in school and was working with professionals who had done this for years, and they gave me little pieces of advice and approaches, and so finishing school is great and a wonderful accomplishment, but you can learn past that, and most of the time you do or will. Yeah, it is a never-ending path of learning. Like, I think that's why I like it so much. Like, I know I've seen some people out in the world who have taken up art, and they're amazing. They're so good at what they do, and I know they put in the work. But I also know a lot of this is like, whether you're religious or not, I believe just God-given talent that was like nurtured, and it comes like very easily to some, even though they're putting in a lot of work. I could tell it's like just pouring out of them, and that's cool. But I'm glad that I'm clunky and kind of stumbling my way to get better, because it's a path that I want to stay on and enjoy the ride of it. Like, I couldn't do what I'm drawing right now when I was 15, so that's cool. The hardest art concept to learn, taking criticism. That's one I still wrestle with, especially like in a professional sense. But like, really knowing that when someone criticizes you, most of the time, there are some like mean people out there, but most of the time when someone's like giving you a critique, they're trying to help you get better. Like, they're not, you know, they're not trying to make you quit. Some people are out there who have bad intent, but in a professional setting or in a school setting, when someone's critiquing you, like, you should listen and hear what they have to say, because if you learn how to apply those things, your artwork is going to get better. They're trying to make you better. And when you start working professionally at a studio, wherever that may be, someone's going to be critiquing you on the daily, and you're going to have to turn around your work and make it look, you're usually going to be working for a client or a director. And the sooner you learn how to take criticism, but not just take it, but apply changes to your artwork, that's huge. Yeah, everybody who is an artist is a bit sensitive. That's That's part of like what makes us artists. Like it's how we can look at the world and interpret it through our lens in a way that's meaningful and sincere. But the part that fucks with that is we're sensitive. So people are, artists are more prone to feeling like attacked when someone's critiquing them, and just something that I learned, or I continue to learn, to adjust. All right, let's try like a bratty kid now. Let's try like maybe he's like a bully. A bully with a tiny nose. Eyes that are really close together. Really long eyebrow. Super wide eyes. And maybe his head is like a really big head. Let's just stick an ear like right over here. And like a flat top. I like when I draw something that makes me laugh. What was one of your favorite clients you worked for? Well, so for my time as a feature film animator, I was working mostly at a place called Real Effects. So our client there, it depends if we were working. It depends if we were working on a feature film, then whoever we were partnered up with, that would kind of be the client that we were working for. So like when we worked on the Scoob movie, our client was Warner Brothers. Back to the Outback, it would have been Netflix. Monkey King would have been, damn, I can't remember who that was for. But it always depended on who we were partnered up with. I will say I enjoy working on, Monkey King might have been under Netflix. I know that Back to the Outback was definitely under working with Netflix, and that was a fun studio to work alongside. Really had a good time on that, and people say a lot of stuff about Warner Brothers, including myself, but I will say that the team that we worked with for Scoob and Scoob Holiday Haunt, the one that was canceled, I enjoyed the experience of those movies. Like, a lot of times, like, you realize that the coolest part of working on a film is like remembering the people you worked with and the experience you had while you were working on it. Like, and for me, those movies were really fun to work on. Book of Life was another one that was really fun to work on. Yeah, no, I loved being a small part of that movie, especially Scoob, because it was, it's just has this long history of existence, of being like a pop, being in pop culture. So, like, being actually able to open a shot and you're looking at, the Scoob rig, or Shaggy or any of the gang, it's like, it almost felt like you were like interacting with a celebrity. You had to help bring them to life, but it was cool. And Holiday Haunt, the one that got canceled, man, like on that one, I put in more work on that movie than I ever did on any project I ever worked on. And I really I felt myself coming into my own on that one. I was getting bigger shots. I had leveled up to a senior animator on it, and I was doing some senior level shots in that movie, like some big moments. And I was so excited to show it to the world, and then they canceled the project right when we were done. Like, it's pretty wild. Like, that's where a thick skin comes in handy when you're working in this world too, because you start to realize that you're working on projects you don't own, which means at any second, if somebody wants to put a halt to it, like, that's the end. That's it. Let's try a little big chin there, or big jawline. Yeah, it sucks. A lot of people were hurt from that. Still holding on hope, though, that one day it will somehow see the light of day and the world will see all the work we put in on that one. Make this fellow a really big neck. Actually, do straight down here. Down there. I'm gonna give him a hat. There we go. This line is wrong. There you go. All right. I think I could squeeze one more in here. Do like a villain. Give this guy some long, luscious hair. Something like that. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, those were fun. It's got a good variety. All right, let's do a new window. And I'm going to play with drawing with mostly just the lasso fill tool. Too high there. Nope. Something's not right. I like drawing with the lasso fill tool because you just are constantly thinking about shapes, which is really fun. Let's move this tongue back. There we go. Oops. Oops. Oh, did I lose my one watcher tonight? Oh, awesome. Thought I was all by my lonesome. Glad you're still sticking around. So, since you are here, I'm this is the last thing I'm gonna do before I go catch some TV with my wife. But I'm trying to do an illustration here of using just the lasso fill tool in Clip Studio Paint. it's just this terrifying little kid who is holding his most valued possession, his cell phone. Got all his favorite apps on it. Yeah, this is Clip Studio Paint. It's my go-to. I don't know if I should put in some. Nope. Yeah, once you kind of grasp the power of it, I think you'll really dig it more. And what's really cool is when you can start combining like digital with practical, scanning textures. It's all connected, feel like I want to draw another set of arms on this, but I don't know if I have room. Trying to figure out how to really sell the addictiveness. Pretty close. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, it's nice to have somebody drop in. I'm trying to build up this page, or I'm sorry, this channel. So, I don't consider myself like a teacher on YouTube. I'm still figuring things out myself. And I've been working for almost over 25 years as an animator and artist. But if I do something that sparks, something in another artist to figure out, then that's cool. That's how this works. That's how this community works. Is we show and we share. So that's awesome. Man, I cannot find the tool I'm looking for here. Annoying. Where is that? This is how I know I've been drawing on the app on my phone way more than on my computer, because I can't, the windows are different. That's cool. Yeah, we're all here to spark each other's creativity, you know. That's how we get better. Where is that tool? Oh, here we go. I think it was one of these. Effect. Patching. Yeah, but I don't see dotted lines anywhere. Oh, here we go. Dash line. Cool. Finally found it. Yeah, I need more brush size. Let's see. So I am only on YouTube right now. Long story short, I was went through an ordeal and it made me decide to not stay on like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. So the only place I have kept going is my YouTube here. And honestly, I'm kind of okay with that. I have a website at Scrib Creative, and there I do updates as well. My website address is scribcreative.com. I appreciate that. I'm happy to inspire. Like, seriously, for the longest time, I was considering not keeping my YouTube either, just because it feels like a lot of the time I'm just like posting and it's not reaching anybody. You know, like I don't need Mr. Beast status or anything. But it would be nice to know that I'm connecting with a handful of people. And it's starting to feel like that right now, which is really cool. Like, super cool. Let me give this kid some horns. Let's give him some skills. Oh, that's cool. I appreciate that. I was telling my wife the other day, like, you know, like the drawings you saw before were like super fun, but like when I draw like this, where I'm doing the very flat graphic silhouette heavy artwork, it somehow feels the most like me. Like when I'm drawing it, like I don't feel, I just feel at ease. And I'm not saying like art has to always feel easy, but like it just feels like me. Like I just really love these just profile, heavily silhouetted pieces of artwork. I've been studying an artist back from the like 60s and 70s named Saul Bass, who used to do a lot of movie title intros. If you don't know, you should look up Saul Bass, because like there's just this elegance and simplicity to his work. Very graphic, flat, you know, feels like motion graphics heavy stuff. Like it's just really cool. Gonna pull your chat on the screen here so everybody can see that you are my top fan here today. And I appreciate you spending the time with me today. Truly do. I'll figure out a way to get like a chat box on this screen next time. All right, I think that's cool. No, I mean, what's cool about studying silhouettes is when you do start to do more volume kind of shapes and forms, you've already got a good understanding of how to make a clear silhouette. Especially like, and if you jump to animation, it's even more important that you have this strong understanding of what makes a good silhouette. You know, when you squint your eyes, can you still see what that pose is trying to convey? But the older I get, I start leaning more and more towards simplicity. And, you know, the fact that people are generating so much AI stuff now, it makes me more drawn to doing, no pun intended, makes me more drawn to drawing like this, because it's not this heavily polished thing. It's just very deconstructed and flat. So I really love it. I think I'm gonna put some flies around him. I did that on another one of these I did. Here. Here. There. Felt like good. Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. It's nice to not do these lives and feel like I'm just talking into an abyss. As I start doing more and more of this kind of stuff, maybe I'll just like start picking a day, to kind of stay regular. That way it's easier for people to know when I go live. But anyway, I think I'm gonna bounce. So thank you for kicking it with me as well. The best of you too. Yeah, thanks for kicking it with me, and I will see you next time. All right, sounds good. All right, take care.
We bringing it back. Yeah. West Coast smooth with a throwback snap. San Diego stand up.